What's up, and welcome back to my YouTube channel again. It's your favorite girl again, Dorcas. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much. And if you're a returning subscriber, you are most definitely welcome back. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Kindly smash the subscribe button to be subscribed to my channel. It's on the bell notification so that you can always be notified every time I drop a new video. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, like, share, comment, and let me know your thoughts down below. Guys, I'm so happy to be back again and be sitting here to make a sit down video again. Like, I feel like it's been long. It's been long I come here to give you guys sit down videos, but I'm here again for another sit down videos, and I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad to be seated here again to make this video. And before we proceed, I'm going to be reacting to a video of the 10 biggest lies about the Philippines. I'm going to be reacting to the video 10 biggest lies about the Philippines. But before I proceed, I'll be giving a shout out to some people. The first person I'll be giving a shout out to is Adeyemo Onikonsola and Brother Femi. Then the next person is Ted Balisoro. Then the fourth person is Mary Rose. Thank you so much for always leaving comments on my videos. Thank you so much for being the first to leave a comment on my videos. Thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for subscribing, thank you for watching my ads. Thank you so much for everything, guys. And without further ado, let's jump right into the video.
The Philippines is a country that we love to talk about here on FTD Facts. So much can be said about the beauty of the country as well as the beauty of the people. Yet, even still, there are many stereotypes, misconceptions, and straight up lies that have been put on as labels on the country and its people.
Guys, what I will say here is that there are actually a lot of stereotypes, a lot of lies about Philippines. That is why I keep on telling people that, oh, Philippines is not a poor country. Some people got me wrong in one of my videos that I said Philippines is a poor country. No, don't get me wrong. I said that some people think that Philippines is a poor country, and then that is why I am always creating awareness about Philippines, that Philippines is not what you think about. I made a video about stereotypes about Filipinos. I'm going to link that video up here so that you guys can go and watch it. So let us proceed forward.
Welcome back to FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton, and for this episode, I'm going to be looking at 10 of the biggest lies, stereotypes, and misconceptions about the Philippines. Okay, so let's get into this list. At number 10, Filipino women are submissive and quiet. Like every other country, though, women come in a variety of attitudes. Some a little bit more attitude prone than others. But either way, Filipinas are just a conservative type of woman. According to sources, Filipino women, they find it uncomfortable to mingle or even interact with male foreigners and even their own men. They also have a reputation of being quiet and shy, but this is normally because they feel that they don't have the adequate skill of speaking English to the foreigners. So
concerning that, what I will say is that some Filipino women think that they are not adequate enough, to meet up with the standards of foreigners. But I wouldn't say that Filipino women are shy to foreigners, because I've actually seen a lot of Filipinas with foreigners, so I don't think they are shy, But being submissive, I don't think so, because submission doesn't have to do with your location. Women comes in varieties, or women come in different types and forms and with different attitudes and everything. So let's just keep on watching.
Foreigners. So instead of speaking nonsense, they remain silent. The next lie is that the Philippines is one land mass. This is something that I've been guilty of thinking myself. But there's actually over 7,000 islands that make up the Philippines, and around 2,000 of them are inhabited. And this is known as an archipelago, which is a collection of islands or sometimes a sea.
Guys, Philippines is not a one landmass. Philippines is actually wide. Do you know something, that in the Philippines, there is a city inside a city? For instance, in Cebu City, we still have numerous other cities that have their own mayors. But the city is inside Cebu City, but and you need to travel a long journey before you can get there. Philippines is big. Yeah, I'll just say it is big. That is what I will say. Philippines is big. It's not a one land mass. And I love the fact that there are a lot of cities that is just like division of labor. It makes work easier for the government to achieve when there are cities with their own mayor assigned. You understand what I mean by that?
Of island, or sometimes a sea containing a small number of scattered islands. Now, the Philippines has a total land area of 300,000 square kilometers, which works out to be 115,831 square miles. This makes it the world's largest island country. The Philippine archipelago is divided into 3 island groups: Luzon, Visayas, as well as Mindanao. The lie number 8 is Filipinos don't speak English. So when tourists visit the country of the Philippines, they're usually surprised at the fact that Filipinos, they actually learn English as their first language.
Guys, I used to say this a lot. Philippines is an English-speaking country. Did you see the video I made with the Japanese woman? If you haven't watched that video, I'm going to link that video up here, so you should go and watch that video. The Japanese woman literally said that the reason why she came to the Philippines was because she wanted her son to learn English in the Philippines. So she brought her 2 sons from Japan to the Philippines to learn English. There are a lot of Chinese people, a lot of Koreans, a lot of foreigners who come to the Philippines just to learn English. Yeah. So Philippines, they speak English. If you're coming to the Philippines, you don't have to have a problem with the language they speak. Yeah, they speak Tagalog, they have different languages, but then majority of Filipinos know how to speak English. So that's not a problem. That shouldn't be a problem.
Most Filipinos also learn it alongside Tagalog growing up. Although some Filipinos will have a distinct accent while speaking English.
There's accents. When they are speaking English, you will discover, you will know that there's accents. Just like the way I am speaking English and I have my accent. So it's the same everywhere. Everybody has their own accents.
And this actually leads us to our next lie. And this lie is that Filipinos only speak Tagalog. This lie and misconception is similar to the idea that Chinese people speak Chinese, when in fact they speak a wide variety of languages like Mandarin, Cantonese, etc. In the Philippines though, Tagalog is one of many dialects spoken in the country. Back in the year 1937, the government, they adopted Tagalog, elevating its status as a...
Guys, concerning that, Filipinos do not only speak Tagalog. Tagalog is like a language that is major, like most people know how to speak Tagalog. In Nigeria, our national language is English, so almost everybody in Nigeria knows how to speak English because that is our national language, and that can be likened also to Tagalog. In my city here in Cebu City, we do not speak Tagalog, we speak Bisaya. And some people don't understand Bisaya the same way I do not understand Tagalog. And that is the same way it is in Nigeria, where I come from. We all have different languages. The language I understand, another person may not be able to communicate with me in that language. But the language that will bring all of us together is English. Just as, I think that's the same way it is also in the Philippines. Tagalog can make Filipinos understand each other. Tagalog basically is like a universal language that you can use to communicate with everybody. So apart from learning your own normal language, you need to know Tagalog. Just like apart from me having my own language, I still need to learn how to speak English because that is Nigeria's national language. So let's continue.
Language of the Philippines, also calling it Filipino. And
yeah, some people don't know the national language of the Philippines is Filipino, not Tagalog. It's Filipino.
And Spanish. Now, when it comes to native languages and dialects, there are more than 200 in the entire country. Number 6, all Filipinos share the exact same culture. So being an archipelago, like I mentioned earlier, historically, there was no actual Philippines to refer to. The different groups of islands being separated by large bodies of water, they contained their own distinct culture and language and traditions. Because of this, they were very distinct from each other. So then the movement for a united Philippines didn't come until the arrival of the Spanish, which was much later on though. Continuing with the lies, in at lie number 5, we have Filipinos are nannies and call center agents. That's all they're good for. Okay, so Filipinos may just be very good at delivering these types of services, and because of that,
I've never heard of this before. This is my first time of hearing this, that Filipinos are only, the lies that Filipinos are only good for nannies and call center agents. There are a lot of call center jobs here, but I've never heard of it that people see Filipinos as that, as such. This is my first time actually.
There's a high demand for their skills in other countries. However, not everyone shares the same dream job interest. There's actually millions and millions of Filipinos living and working overseas with completely different professions, like doctors and nurses and singers. Yeah, Filipinos sing really good. That's another stereotype, but I think there's like some facts to that.
Guys, Filipinos are good singers, no doubt, no doubt. Filipinos have good, extremely good singers.
You'll find Filipino entrepreneurs, IT specialists, engineers, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So no, they're not just nannies and they don't just work in call centers overseas. So lie number 4 is Manila is the main business district, and this is something that I thought as well, I'm not gonna lie. Contrary to what many foreigners think, most of the embassies and big firms, banks, and insurance companies, they're actually located in Makati and Taguig.
Have you been to Cebu City? Bro, have you been to Cebu City? Manila is the main business district. It's true, I hear this a lot from even Filipinos that, oh, Manila is the main business. Have you been to Cebu City, bro?
Taguig City. Makati and Taguig are located within the Greater Manila area. Now, Manila is the capital city of the Philippines, and it is one of the most populated cities, but it is not necessarily where all the main action happens. Number 3, have you heard this one before? Dog meat is regularly eaten and served. Okay, all right, so no, they don't sell dog meat in Filipino supermarkets and grocery stores. Eating dogs in Philippines it's a very...
Guys, concerning this, I have never seen Filipinos eat dog meat. In case you don't know, in Nigeria, we eat dog meat. But I'm not going to generalize it because it depends on the part of Nigeria where you're from. And the part of Nigeria where I live, they do eat dog meat. They do eat dog meat and they really love it. But here in the Philippines, I've never heard or seen that before.
It's a very taboo topic, and there actually are a few small groups, mostly of them are in the northern region of the country in the mountain province, where indigenous people as well as their ancestors have had a history of eating dog meat, but you're not gonna be finding it at restaurants or in grocery stores just like that. No, that doesn't exist. Number 2, Filipinos date foreigners for money and papers. All right.
Guys, I'm so excited that this man is talking about this. I actually made a video on that Filipinos, stereotypes about Filipinos, that Filipinos date foreigners for money and papers. I'm going to link that video up here. A lot of people think that Filipinos date foreigners for their money and papers. Guys, actually, I'm not going to lie. I know that Filipinos do date foreigners, but they are also hardworking. They also work hard for their money. So don't say that because somebody is dating a foreign person, that means that the person is dating the foreigner for the money or for papers. No, there are a lot of hardworking people out there, and then you don't know where you're going to find the person you love or something. So Filipinos, that stereotype is real concerning Filipinos.
All right, guys, so these ideas are largely perpetuated because of shows like 90 Day Fiancé. Let's be honest.
Guys, yeah, let's be honest. Do you watch 90 Day Fiancé or something? I watch that. I know of Rose. I watch our YouTube videos. Rose with the no neck head. I watched that video. So you know the way they portray Filipinos on 90 Day Fiancé, is it fiancé or fiance, as if they are gold diggers or they are after money or papers. They want to, you know, they are so desperate to be rich, just to marry just anybody. It's so bad, you know, it's so sad.
Okay, but not all Filipinos dream of becoming an American or British citizen.
Yeah, not all Filipinos think of becoming an American or a British. Most Filipinos are contented being in the Philippines. I know a lot of Filipinos that have gone abroad, that have lived abroad, but at the end of the day, they come back to the Philippines to settle down. They come back to the Philippines after their retirements. So not everybody wants to be a British citizen or an American citizen or whatever it is. Yeah, you have to let that sink into your head, and that's on period.
okay? But not all Filipinos dream of becoming an American or British citizen or whatever. Some just love to travel and meet new people along the way. Just because Filipinos date and marry foreigners also doesn't mean that they're just looking for visa applications, making that whole process easier and everything. Filipinos, they can afford to fund their own travels themselves, get their visas, and do their jobs in foreign countries, so they don't necessarily need a foreign partner to do so. Marrying a Filipino actually does not mean that the foreigner has to support the Filipino's family.
Like marrying a Filipino or any other person doesn't mean that you have to support the person's family, extended family or something. I don't believe that. Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of times where people move overseas and it's like, okay, well, you got to send money back to my family. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's unfair to label Filipinos with that.
Yeah, it's unfair to label people with stereotypes like that, that, oh, you once, because they are dating foreigners, so the foreigners are obligated, you know, to send money to their family or to do. No, stop it. I mean, just stop it. Oh, I've had enough. It's okay. Stop it. Okay?
And yes, so it is a sad reality that because they date foreigners, it's assumed that they're just gold diggers. But if you actually think about it, just because someone dates somebody from a foreign country doesn't mean that that person is rich either.
Yeah. Don't you know that there are poor people abroad? They are poor people living in advanced country. Yeah, just because somebody is dating a foreigner doesn't mean that the foreigner they are dating is rich. It might even be the person that the lady they are dating that is even going to help the man. So just because Filipinos are dating foreigners doesn't mean that they are dependent on the foreigner. And that's the same for all nationality. I know Filipinos that are rich. I know the Filipinos that foot their own bills themselves. I know hardworking Filipinos. I know a lot of people who are like that. So don't label people with that kind of stereotype. You understand me? And that's on period.
To think about there. And now moving on to our biggest lie in this episode, Philippines. It's a very dangerous country. Now, we've all seen the news.
Guys, you know, I can't overemphasize this topic. I have okay. Who is saying that Philippines is dangerous? Guys, truthfully, I've heard of foreigners being victims of robberies or some bad casualties. I've only heard of it, but thank God, ever since I've been in the Philippines, I have never been a casualty of anything. I've made a lot of videos about why Philippines is safe, why I prefer Philippines to Nigeria, why travel videos, why I'm not scared, why I love to stay here. Philippines is extremely safe for me. Philippines is not dangerous. It's not dangerous. They are nice to foreigners. They don't take advantage of foreigners. Even if you are lost, guys, you guys know I get lost a lot of times. I get lost when I'm going on a journey. The confidence I have is that no matter where I'm at, there will always be somebody to direct me. There will always be somebody to ask questions about where I'm going to or where I'm at. So let's just keep on watching.
See the news reports. Many foreigners, they hear about Philippines' war on drugs, among other struggles that they have in the country. And this has led foreigners to think that the Philippines is a place of criminals and kidnappers everywhere. Now, there are, of course, several unfortunate issues in the country.
I don't know that there is kidnapping in the Philippines. Really? I've never heard of kidnapping in the Philippines before. I've heard of some people being announced that they couldn't find some of their relatives or they are looking for this and that, but I've never heard of somebody, arrested for kidnapping. I've never seen that. I mean, they're gonna get you. So I don't know that there's something like kidnapping here.
Philippines is a place of criminals and kidnappers everywhere. Now, there are, of course, several unfortunate issues in the country, but overall, away from the hot spots of criminal activity, there are many beautiful places and safe places that you'll see in the Philippines. Not just the resorts designed for tourists, but many local places as well, completely safe. All right, guys, so this concludes this episode. This was a look at 10 of the biggest lies about the Philippines. Hope this helped.
Guys, we've gotten to the end of this video. Guys, those are stereotypes about the Philippines. I've made a lot of videos traveling. Guys, if I were to be in Nigeria, I would not go on travels the same way I do here. even to go to the street nearby, I'm going to be very, very careful. But being the Philippines, I don't have to bother about kidnapping. I don't have to bother about somebody doing something bad to me. I don't have to bother about all those. So Philippines is extremely safe, extremely safe. I'm going to link a playlist of the videos I made concerning studying the Philippines, about living in the Philippines, about Philippines generally. I'm going to link the playlist up here, so you guys should go and watch those videos so that you can have an idea of how safe. If me as a young girl can have a freedom, can be happy here, how much more you? You get that, sis? How much more you? So we've come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it so far, let me know down in the comment section below. If you have one or two things to say or to add to it, I'll be so glad to read through your comments. And guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe most importantly, and do not skip my ads. And I will see you in my next video. Until then, stay safe and God bless. Bye.